Okay.
Stella Marketing is live.
Hey, everybody.
Live.
Happy Thursday, everyone. Tracy Thomas here with Stella Marketing and Business Solutions, and you are tuned into another Stella Marketing Pros Weekly Live. I wanted to just jump on here every week. We're going to bring on local marketing experts as well as our very own stellar clients. And I have a very, very special guest today. We have somebody that is going to help individuals that are interested in purchasing their home for the first time, to learn programs and all. But before we jump into that, I just want to definitely thank everybody that has been supporting our agency as a small business. We are all going through very challenging times, and I must say that I always still have that client base of people that I work with that has been dear, and we're just like family, and we're all going to get through this together. So I just wanted to throw that in there. So thank you for all of the compliments, for all of the listeners, the viewers. I see the numbers. We appreciate you for that. So with that being said, we're going to jump into this interview with this amazing woman, Paige Hales with Motivated Connection Realty. Welcome, Paige.
Hey, everybody. Thank you for having me again. Like she said, my name is Paige Hales, and I'm with Motivated Connection Realty. You know, I kind of got that little move from a show I used to watch a long time ago when she was like, the Hyundai Elantra. So when I say it, Motivated Connection, I be like, Motivated Connection. So that's my little welcoming.
Okay, well, I thought you was going to rap.
I ain't rap this time. But, you know, here I go. I ain't going to rap this time. Don't get me started.
Oh, girl, it's so good to see you. You know, I understand we've been going through some craziness, and we just haven't been able to connect and to work with each other how we do face-to-face. We've been doing a lot of phone action, phone calls, and email, but it's good to just see you on this stream, and to see that beautiful piece in behind you, your twin. Who is that?
You know, that's Paige Hales, boo. Yes, boo.
Yes, Paige. So tell us all about your business and the services that you provide your clients.
Well, first, before I begin into that, I like to put a little motivation piece in there for people that may be listening now, or maybe they might want to do the watching on the replay. Mm-hmm. I always like to start with a bit of motivation. Okay. So a couple of things that I tell myself every single day is, number one, failure is not an option. Number two, success is not final. Failure is not fatal. And I have to have the courage to continue. And that's what counts. And number three, if you never try, you will never know. So I always start the days off just like that, because you have to keep motivating yourself internally and keeping that positive inspiration in there for you to continue. You know, and it'd be a lot of things that people second guess. I second guess. So I have to always say, if you never try, you will never know, and stay the path. So I wanted to start off today with that. And I talk with my hands a lot, people. So you might see a lot of this.
I told you this.
But
this is
here at
this is conversation. You just be yourself. If you use hand action motions, that is
you
fine.
know, I don't really do the live things, but it's okay. But I started the company. What we provide here, some of the services that we provide here, of course, is residential sales, where we work with both the buyers and the sellers. We do residential leasing, where we're working with the landlords, the tenants. We do property manager. We work with a lot of investors.
Okay,
some
Paige, are you there? Because the audio, you was cutting out there. Are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, the audio cut out.
I'm here.
The audio cut out. Rewind that back.
Okay. So I'm gonna rewind it back to tell the people about the services. Mm-hmm. The services we do here is residential sales, where we work with buyers and sellers. We do residential leasing, where we work with the landlords and the tenants. We do the property management, where we're working with the investors who want to buy property, hold it, and they don't want to necessarily get into the day-to-day of working with the tenants. So we do a host of different services, and we have a lot of different connections that we make as far as like every aspect of the home buying process. So it's not just, oh, you're the realtor, now I got to go and find this person, or now I got to go and find that person to do this. We have mortgage services, we have credit strategies. So I don't say credit repair, I say credit strategies, because there's no such thing as a credit fairy. So we work with home inspectors, we work with home insurance companies, we have home repair companies, general contractor. So anybody involved in any aspect of the real estate process, that's who we work with. As far as the connections, that we have connections in every aspect of the home buying process.
Okay. So
and we have a team of people.
Yes, a motivated team of people.
A motivated team of people, including a tax strategist. So even if people come to us for whatever they come to us and trying to buy a home, we also have people that'll line you up with getting your taxes ready to buy a home. Because when you're getting ready to buy a home, a lot of people, like we learned back in the day, and kind of very, very old school thinking was write off all your income and get a very large tax return. However, now these days we're learning that not to write off all our income if we want to buy the home. So if you're trying to buy a home, don't write off all your income, but we have a tax strategist can let you know what income you can write off and what income you don't. So we have a huge team of motivated people that is a part of the home buying process.
Gotcha. So why motivated connection? Why motivated connection? Why that name? And tell me, how are you different from any other real estate professional, realtor and broker firm? How are you different?
Well, listen, the first thing, why that name, Motivated Connection Realty, is because I put a great deal. We all came up with a great deal of thought behind this name. We had like 10 different names, and when we searched some bids, the names wasn't available. So we had to come up with something really, really creative. But I wanted something unique, and I wanted it to stand apart because, in real estate, it's an ever-growing industry. So I wanted something unique that would stand apart. I wanted the name to state what we're all about. I wanted to, kind of show people that not only are we motivated to get it done, we're highly motivated to make connections, to bring buyers and sellers, landlords and tenants together. So what we do, we're motivated to make connections. And what we do is create a win-win situation, a win for the buyer, a win for the seller, and make the transaction come together so we can give them the keys to their home. Here's your key. So it's a lot behind the name.
Yes.
Yeah.
And giving them keys, and we'll talk about that further in the interview. But when you receive those keys, it's just that feeling. It's just and then you to be that one to be able to hand off those keys and just smiling as if you're a family member with that whole long process, which is a process, and that you're just really good at.
Also behind the name, behind the name, Tracy, is I've been doing real estate for a very long time, almost a decade now.
Okay, I was going to ask you
the first part. Almost a decade, just a little bit short of a decade. The first part of that, I wasn't motivated, but when I became motivated, I became to make a difference in people's lives. So that's another part of the name. You have to be like motivated. You have to be inspired. You have to be like, you have to have that high energy level of getting things done to be able to do it. So the name is really, really near and dear to my heart for me. The name alone makes me get up every day, be like, hey, let's go.
Right. Always. And you mentioned in regards to the motivated piece and just being motivated in the real estate and the industry. I mean, you've always had your foot in, but when we first met and we first started out working together, you've already been eyeballing me for over a year before we even started working together. But you have one leg in, one leg out. And then you was like, listen, I'm just going to do this. This is it. This is it. And when you went in, you was definitely motivated. It's like, I had to keep up with you. Really?
Yeah.
I had to keep
like,
up
Tracy,
with you.
let's go, Tracy, let's go.
Yeah. You know, it's like you was doing home buyer seminars back to back to back, and we got all these people on these contacts and all these leads. And I'm just like, wow, you're on it. So you was definitely, once you got your both feet in, you were definitely motivated going forward with doing that. So let's talk about Max Closing. Okay, your
Max
Mascot.
Closing, that's
How
our
did this little
mascot.
cute thing come about?
Max, well, my son, we had a family meeting, and I told them all of my dreams, and I told them what I wanted, and I put, I kind of sat down and I put my heart into it. And then when I was ready to bring it to the family, my son drew this picture. I wish I would have had a picture of what he drew, because it's exactly what he drew, but on his ant, it had the ant butt on there, but we took the butt off the ant.
I think the butt would have probably been cute though.
Yeah, so we just kind of took that off. But when I explained it to my son and my family, he drew the logo, and he put the MC on the logo. So we had to give Max a name, because if he's gonna be a mascot, he had to have a name. So he already had the MC on there. So we came up with Max Closings. And Max symbolizes more than just a mascot. You know what I mean? He symbolized the hard work. He symbolizes the teamwork. He symbolizes building colonies. He symbolizes great work ethic. Yes. You can't be in your bed and just wake up. You're going to see Max. And Max going to be calling you like, get up out your bed. Let's go. We got to go to work, and we got to be on time. Right. So Max brings a whole symbol to motivated connection. It's the teamwork, it's the building the colonies, it's the hard work, it's the great work ethic. He's fun, he's honest, and he's motivated.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I know for a fact that there was a lot of thought that was put in behind that. A lot of you just being able to just step back and just saying, listen, I just need to really just put all of this together because it's in my head and I want to do this. And you got your license and you got your team and you're just doing amazing. And I just want to congratulate you on that, because I see your hard work and effort through all the work that we do. But then at the same time, Paige, I mean, when I came to your office, I'm like, she got a fountain? I mean, you got the receptionist, beautiful venue, beautiful space, and you got some really working agents. You got some really working players that are out there hitting the ground, the pavement. So congratulations to you on that, because I see you.
Thank you, because I can't keep up with them. They closing. Wait, I didn't even have time to post that. We just had like 3 closings at the company, and I haven't got a chance to post. And I was like, wait a minute, let me post this. Everything is moving. Everything is coming true. Almost a year ago, I sat down and I went to, writing stuff out. And I know poor Larry, I was driving him crazy. And I'm like, Larry, I want to do this. I want to do that. I want to do this. I want to have a certain image. I want to have it this way. I want to have it that way. And, it just started to come together, and everything started to come together. There's Max.
See. And what I love and what I so appreciate about you is you're one of those clients that I can work with that what you want. And then at the same time, you do a whole lot of due diligence. You do your own research. You do your homework. So what needs to go as far as the marketing. What needs to go in regards to recruitment. What needs to go in regards to education, continued education, market, space, and the whole works. And at the same time, you do it with ease, like it's easy. I know we talk because we're close like that. You're human. You're human, and I understand and I get that. But when I tell you you're holding it down, and I tell you with this year, this is going to be $1 million year for you.
Oh, I claim. I thank you. Give me that. Yes, I claim that. I
This will be
received
a
that.
$1 million
Yes,
year for
yes,
you because you've
yes,
done your work
yes.
and you keep up with that same pace. I mean, you continue to build your team just how you do and just how you do in regards to, how we were talking in regards to clients and client base. Everything is not for, you as far as certain clients and certain services are not for clients and
Certain
vice
people.
versa. I mean, you already know that if you narrow it down, you get an idea in regards to whether that client is going to be a right fit or whether that team player is going to be a right fit. So I'm glad that you see that and you respect that. So I want to give a shout out to some of the people that are
Yeah.
tapped in and tuned in. We have Janice Stallings. Hey, Janice, she's saying good evening,
Hey.
ladies. We have Tessie Watts. We have Vera Bellamy. Hi, Vera. You ladies look wonderful. Thank you, Vera. Oh, that's one of my amazing clients. She's a stellar client that we'll be bringing on as well. We have Kathleen
Thank you.
O'Connor. Hey, Kathleen. Hey, Kat. Just wanted to give them all a shout out and definitely know that during this interview, if there's any questions that you guys may have in regards to real estate when we get in, drop those questions in the comments. We can definitely answer those while we're on this live. And even after, if you're watching the replay, we can answer those questions even after the replay. So I just wanted to put that out there, okay? So next question, Paige. I understand the fact that credit is so important when it comes to purchasing your home, property, period. But being I would say a first-time home buyer all over again, because this is like my second time around, but just having that experience with you, purchasing a home with you was so easy. I mean, it was just like a cakewalk. And understanding and knowing that credit is so important. Just let people know so that they can get an idea. These viewers that are on here that are interested in owning their own home, because every day I wake up, I'm so grateful to be able to get up and go on my patio and to look at my lawn and my landscape and be like, oh, this is mine, but give them an idea in regards to credit, the credit score, like a minimum credit score. And then also, Paige, give them an idea in regards to, what type of programs that are out there for first-time home buyers.
Okay, so you had about 12 questions up in there.
That's okay. So, you got it. You got this.
Okay. So the first thing I want you to know, there's no magic credit fairy that's going to come and wipe away the last 10 years of your credit. Okay, so doing anything with your credit is hard work, it's constant work, and it's long term. So I talk about credit strategies versus credit repair. I don't try to step on anybody's toes out there and what else information they have. I'm telling you from my point of view, from a licensed real estate point of view and a licensed mortgage loan originator point of view. So there's ways to do short-term credit repair. There's ways to do long-term credit repair. And the first thing that you have to know is that you have to take care of your credit. The second thing is when negotiating with creditors, use strong language, be specific in your language. I would like for you to use delete, remove. I would like for you to use that strong of a language in negotiating with these creditors, because sometimes they'll come back at you and they'll say, well, we'll update it for you. And update don't really mean that's a good thing for you. Update just means that they're going to update that line with a statement saying, yes, this person paid a settlement. You know what I mean? And leading into the settlement, and it won't go nowhere. It'll still remain on, if you just update it, it'll still remain on your credit report with the update. And then with the settlement, to settle or not to settle. If you settle something, sometimes that works against you, because it'll be the same thing as an update. It'll update to a zero balance, say that this person has settled this debt for less than the full balance, and it just stays on your credit. So it's no evidence that it really increases your credit. On a medical, you can settle medical. It'd be advantageous for you to settle medical, and I'm gonna give you a credit tip that I just recently learned. If you pay a medical balance in full, it should approximately raise your credit by 22 points. But if you settle a credit with medical only, then it'll approximately raise your credit around 21 points. So it's not much of a difference between the medical or not. You know what I mean? But you want to always pay your collections in full. Besides the medical, because the medical, you're only talking about a 1 point difference there. So that's my credit tips on that. Just do your own research. You know, I'm probably gonna get in trouble for this, but I'm just having a conversation. Don't bite me. Don't kill me on this. But I always tell people, call your creditors and work with your creditors, and don't go and pay for credit repair when you have like $100 of stuff on your credit. If you have a $149 bill on there, don't go and pay someone $100 just to try to get it deleted. Just pay the $149 that's on your credit. That's the way that I see it. So don't beat me up over that. But it works. And I said that to this one lady, and I had her to pull her credit and do her own research. And when she came back to me, she was going to go and pay like $400 or $500 to this credit repair company. And I said, listen, before you do that, pull your credit, see what's on there. And sure enough, she had 3 things on there for $99 each. She had one thing on there for $149. So she just paid it in full, and her credit score went up. That's what I see.
Okay.
You know, so this is things that I see. I don't talk about things that I don't know about or that I don't see in person. This is like real life. These are things that I see, and that's factual. You know?
Right. So with your business, your company, not only do you help people with purchasing homes, but at the same time, you help them with remedying their credit to get ready if they're not quite ready. Correct.
If they're not ready, I always tell people, just reach out to me. It's just a conversation that we having, you know what I mean? And if you can have a copy, instead of, you know, me pulling your credit and going through the process, if you have a copy of your credit report and just want to review some items, just give me a call. Let's do it. You know what I mean? I prefer people to book an appointment to call, because a lot of times I'll be so busy. Just book an appointment, and then we can, you know, I'll take that time out and I'll go over these items with you.
Right. And you're really good about that. I mean, with the home buying process, and me being a witness and me being a testimony to say that process was like a smooth process. You know, again, this was my second home, but at the same time, there was a whole lot that I had to learn, a whole lot that I didn't know. And working with somebody such as yourself, you're like, oh, hold up, wait a minute, hold up, slow down, Tracy.
Yeah, because you were still nervous. You were still nervous until you really learned that I had it. You were still nervous. You had your binder. You had a binder this thick.
Girl, don't go there. Don't go there with the binder. Don't go there with the binder.
You and your binders. You had your binder.
That's just me, period. It doesn't have to be real estate and purchasing a home. It's organization. But at the same time, you know, I already knew what I wanted, and I shared that with you. And that's just the blessing, because you listen to your clients, you know, whether I want a home that's in a gated community, or whether I want a home that's not in, that I don't want any HOAs, whether I want a pool, or I don't want a pool, or I want to live in the Western communities, whatever. You listen, and you did just that, and you delivered. And we appreciate you for that. Okay, let me see if there's any questions.
Yeah, and also I listened to the words that you guys didn't say. So some of the homes I already knew wasn't going to work for you and your family. And then you was like, okay, I want to see this home. Okay. And then you was like, oh no, that's not going to work. I know.
And you was like, see, I already knew. But you know, me and my, you know, listen, Linda, at the end of the day, when we found it and we seen it, and I was like, yeah, that's it. That's the one. And when I tell you, working tirelessly, working no sleep. I mean, that's just how Paige Hales works. So anybody that's out there that's looking to purchase a home for the first time, just make sure that you continue to chime in and to finish out this interview, because you're really going to learn a whole lot with that. And then definitely just make sure that you book some time with her. We will be sharing links so that you can get to her website, and you can schedule an appointment, as well as her social media channels, so you can actually start following her to see that educational and valuable content that's put out there. So, Paige, what kind of words of advice? Motivation is your thing. We're really in a tough time right now.
I did want to tell, I forgot, and I got so excited about this interview. I wanted to tell people a little bit more about what it is that we do. We ensure successful home buying experience to our clientele. We're not perfect and we can't assure that 100%, but we reach for that 99.9% of the successful home buying experience. And we try to be very reliable, and we offer a lifetime support after the purchase of the home. We envision making dreams come true for people and changing their lives. And a lot of times for people who never thought they would be able to purchase a home, those people, when they purchase a home, that's extra special to all of us, you know, because people just like, oh, I never thought I'd be this way, and everybody told me no. That's heartfelt right there. When everybody else said no, and we came over here and found a way to say yes, that really, really touches me right there. You know,
and that's what I want.
And that's
right, and that's what I wanted to tap in with this this next question I was going to put out there. It's one thing to motivate and to encourage potential first-time home buyers, but the question was as far as a credit score. Can you give us like a solid minimal credit score that you would be able to work with?
Yes, 580 for FHA. 580, preferably you want to be around a 640.
Okay.
The higher your score, the better. The higher your score, the better. But you can qualify with the 580. But then, especially right now with this COVID-19 stuff going on, you really want to be around the 640. You know what I mean? I put the 580 out there. Yeah, you really want to be around the 640. I put the 580 out there just in case if you fact check me and they say, FHA is 580. It is 580, but the risk factor is there.
Okay.
You know.
Okay. So let's talk about down payment, money. Like, what would you look for and to let a potential buyer know in regards to how much money they need to come in on?
I always say 7%. It's not an accurate number. It's an approximate number. I tell people 7%. The reason why I tell people 7% because most people buy FHA, and that's 3.5% down. And it's also 3.5% for your closing costs. I tell people 7% to prepare them in their mind mentally that it's going to be more than the 3.5% FHA, which is a down payment. So I say 7%, and they look at me like I'm crazy. But in actuality, you need down payment and closing costs, which is two separate things.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's two separate things. But a lot of people that talk, if you listen to them, they were like, okay, with a down payment on this, but then what about your closing costs?
The closing costs,
you know, and then we can negotiate. We negotiate for all of our clients. We talk to them, we listen to them, we hear their concerns, we hear their wants, we hear what they need. We hear everything that they're saying to us. And like I talked to this lady, and one of my agents thought that I was completely insane, but I spent 5.5 hours about 2 weeks ago talking to this lady. She's getting ready to close, like her loan is already approved and everything, but we were just kind of going like on a couple months, and I just said, listen, I just want to talk to you. And I just sat there and listened to her. We had a very nice conversation for 5.5 hours. I just listened to her, and we exchanged and we talked, and now she's in contract to buy her home. She's closing very soon.
Gotcha.
So a lot of that, we were able to negotiate closing costs for her. We were able to get her, you know, down payment assistance. We were able to, you know, kind of meet all of her concerns that she had. We were able to do miracles. You know what I mean? With a lot of hard work and effort, we was able to do a lot of miracles for her. You know what I mean? We just keep going until we find a way. It's just like, it's no giving up. We have to find a solution. We have to find a solution. And a lot of times when I sit down and I talk with people, we're people oriented. A lot of people ask me, what's the difference between your company and the next company? Well, I'm not a competitor like that. I don't like to compete. You know what I mean? We all in the same business. I like to share business and this and another. But one thing about me and Motivated Connection and what I'm training the agents here to do is we're people oriented. You don't have to fit into this box. There is no box that we're going to put you in. Whatever your situation is, we're going to work with you on your situation as an individual person.
Right.
Because that's how I want people to work with me, on an individual level, as an individual person. My situation may not be your situation. Your situation and my situation may not be the same as the other one. So just because you don't fit in this box right here, that don't mean I'm going to tell you no. I'm going to say, okay, let's figure this out.
Right.
And I've always been a let's figure this out type of person. So that let's figure it out type of mentality, I put it into the motivated connection too. Let's figure out how we going to make this work.
Right.
You know, so that's just, I'm sorry, I be getting hyped.
No, that's okay though. That's okay though. I told you, this is your time. This is your time. This is your time to shine. We need to talk, and we need to have these type of conversations.
Let's figure it out. Let's get it done.
People need to know. People need to know. I have a question on here. Janice Stallings is asking, is that 7% only for first-time home buyers?
No, that 7% is anybody. You don't have to be first-time home buyers. It just lets you know that the down payment is 3.5% for FHA. You can put 5% down and then calculate another 2-3% for the closing costs, but it's just to trigger that you're going to need closing costs as well as down payment.
Gotcha.
So that's just to give them a number. So if they're out looking at a home, it's like, okay, I know I need down payment, but I know I need closing costs too. And with all the costs included, with your appraisal, your inspection, all of your closing costs, your title work, your down payment, and all of that stuff like that is not exactly 7%, but it comes close to the ballpark. And I overestimate the 7% because I want you to be prepared for anything that comes your way. I want you to overly be prepared, because I'd rather tell you that you need 7% and you only needed 5% than to tell you you need 5% and you really needed 7%.
Right, because there's all kinds of surprises that come up, right? There's all kinds of surprises.
And
Janice,
that's why.
Janice, I hope she answered your question on that. If she did, just drop it in the comments, please.
Yeah, I always overly prepare people. And of course, I'm going to try to, you know what I mean? I'm going to try to meet every demand and make it lower than that. But I want them to be prepared.
Gotcha. Let's talk about some different type of programs that you would talk about to help, first-time home buyers, and different programs for like maybe veterans, or let's talk about some of these programs.
There's a VA program, there's a SHIP program, there's city programs, there's county programs. So it's a long list. There's the Shenova program, there's the Florida Bond program. It's a long list of programs, and it just depends on where that person at and what that person needs when they come and they do their mortgage loan application of what's available at that particular time. So yeah, we have programs list of, because I'm on the mortgage side as well, I have access to a lot of these programs. You know what I mean? I haven't really publicly put my mortgage part out there yet. I haven't put that out there yet, but yes, I am.
Congratulations on that. Let's talk about that. Yes, congratulations, broker. Okay, you got it. You got it.
Thank you.
I remember the day you called.
That was really tough.
You said, I did it. I said, I knew you was gonna do it. I knew you was gonna do it.
Yes, because it was really tough. And to be honest, you know how sometimes you think you know what you're talking about, but you really don't know until you get in those shoes. Right. I thought I knew a little bit more about mortgage than what I did, but then when I got in there, I was like, I don't know about that. So it was a huge learning curve. And I'm finally coming back up to where, okay, now I know what I'm talking about. That's why I ain't been bragging yet, because I had to get to where I know what I'm talking about.
No, I hear you. And that's also with the continued education. I mean, you're always studying, you're always taking tests, you're always getting certifications in something. And I'm like, that's the way to go.
Yeah, I did last year. By the end of last year, I did over 200 hours in continuing ed. Wow. I still got 2 more classes that I got to take the state exam for, and I still got to study for those 2 classes. So I'm still working.
Okay.
I'm constantly educating myself. I'm constantly reading. I'm constantly staying up on everything that's coming about. I'm constantly staying up
Yep.
on all of the changes, the law changes and everything like that.
Yeah.
And while I'm on here as a licensed real estate professional, the eviction ban has been extended to July the 1st. So
Okay.
landlords,
Good.
if you're listening to me, you cannot evict your tenants if they're not paying rent or whatever. If they're not paying rent, you cannot evict them to at least July 1st because the eviction ban, the law just extended it to July 1st,
Okay.
2020.
Okay.
And
And
it's
that's,
been
and
extended twice already. It was March, May the 17th, and then it went to June the 1st. Now it's July the 1st.
so I can already get an idea and foresee there's going to be a lot of people that's going to come to you just for homes and trying to get into homes because they've been evicted or they're looking for another rental property. So I can already foresee that because it's really sad with everything that's going on. And July the 1st is like right around the corner, you know? And these are people that are going to be out on the
But
streets if they don't find a place to stay.
Tracy, I do property management. And to
Mhm,
be honest, 99% of my people pay on time.
mhm. Well,
I
you
haven't
know,
had a problem. Thank God, I'm blessed. I haven't
mhm,
had a problem with
mhm,
anything with anybody, missing payments, and
mhm,
and it's not a lot of people that, like you would think, that even though people on social media might say, well, I ain't paying my landlord or anything like that, they're paying. They're paying if they have the ability to pay. I had one of my tenants, they called and said, hey, Miss Paige, listen, I lost my job, but I'm gonna get unemployment at this and I'm gonna pay you more money. I can pay you in 2 weeks.
no,
So
no,
that's
I
what
get
they
it.
did.
No, I get it. I get it. But I know
Yeah.
that there's people that have lost their jobs and they've applied for unemployment and that hasn't come through yet. And like I said, July 1st is around the corner. So
Yeah.
we just pray and hope that,
But we work with those.
mhm, mhm,
Yeah.
mhm. I got one more
We
question
work
on
with
here.
them. Hold on for a second. I gotta get my pit bull. Paige, I gotta get my pit
Please.
bull.
Really? Really? That
Yes.
pit
Paige.
bull? No, that little tiny.
Yes.
I got another question for you, Janice. Do you feel the market prices will decrease significantly in 2021 for buyers?
I haven't seen, as of right now, I haven't seen any changes in the market. I see a lot of protection in the market, and what I mean by protection is just they got different requirements now. You know
Okay.
what I mean? They kind of put some protection methods in place and procedures in place so you can be protected. I haven't seen that yet, and I don't want to comment on what the market is going to do because I don't have a crystal ball.
I
But
hear
as of
you.
right now, is everything is holding steady. Actually, we the statistics as of 2 days ago, we actually seen the market increase in
Mm,
sales.
mm,
So I don't want to. I'm not a bad prediction like, okay, yeah, this is what it's gonna do.
yeah.
I don't.
No, I
Yeah,
know.
I'm
You
just
say that all
going
the
with the
time.
flow,
Yep. Yep.
one
Yep.
day at a
Which is
time.
good. Which is good. Okay, so I hope she answered that question for you, Janice. I hope she answered that for you. In closing, what I would like for you to do is anybody that's on this live and anybody that's going to catch the replay, just provide us with some words of encouragement in regards to us closing out. With a lot of the stuff that's going on and that we're dealing with, not necessarily just from a business owner's standpoint, but just from like a potential first-time home buyer's standpoint, just encouragement, words of advice that you can close this out on.
First of all, right now with everything that's going on, you have to get in. I don't know if I can get political or I'm going to say what I got to say.
Go ahead.
You have to get in your Bible. You
Mhm.
have to get in your Bible. It's a lot of praying that need to be done. It's a lot of prayers that need to be done. You have to stay positive. Sometimes you have to log off of the social media to stay positive. Sometimes you
Yes,
got to tune the news out to stay positive, but you
yes.
have to protect your peace. You have to get to your peaceful place because the world right now, America right now, is not peaceful. So
Mhm.
stay your path and take this time to work on yourself. You know
Mhm.
what I mean? Take
Mhm.
this time to get in your Bible and get closer with God. Take this
Mhm.
time to work on your education, your continuing ed, or work on your business plan, or work on that book that you've been wanting to write. Stay focused on something positive that you want to achieve in your life. Stay focused on something that you always wanted to do that. If you want to buy a home, let's do it. Let's go. If you want to know about this, let's go. I'll teach you. If you want to become a realtor, I'll teach you. I'll help you get the class. And I'm looking for new realtors as well. So we're looking for highly motivated individuals who have a passion for helping people. I didn't say that I wanted to make $1 million. I said I'm looking for highly motivated individual that have a passion for helping people. You know, we're looking for the quality in it, not the quantity. I'm not looking for 125 realtors. I'm looking for a couple of realtors that really want to learn a business, that really want to do good by people. So it's a certain type of people. Preferably, I'm looking for newer agents. If you're not licensed, I'll help you get licensed. So we are looking for people. But if this is something that you want to do, just go on the website and book a meeting with me. You know, motivatedconnection.com is the website that you can get in contact with me on. But most of all, just stay positive. Work on yourself. I had to work on, all of this, and I started a jump rope challenge. I almost hurt myself. Well, I ain't gonna say almost hurt myself. I hurt myself. Yeah.
I was supporting
you know what? When I started that, when I first started,
I was supporting you from a distance. I was like, you go with that jump rope challenge. You on your own there, boo. I can't do it. But you did good.
But
I guess practice makes perfect.
I was telling somebody else, I was so embarrassed to start that, but I was like, you know what? I'm blocking out everything else. I'm doing this. Let's go. You know what I mean? And then I got calls and people supporting me that I thought was going to pick at me, because I thought, you know what, look at this. I thought everybody was going to have a negative response, but the love was just so tremendous and so big. I'm getting back out there. So I've been working on my arms and everything else while my legs heal up, but just work on you during this time. Yes. Work on the things that you didn't have the time to work on before. Read all of the books that you didn't have time before. If I can motivate somebody to just work on their selves and put together a plan for themselves, they don't necessarily have to be buying a house, although I would love for you to buy a house, but it don't necessarily, just work on the things that you want. And I always I tell my kids, I have a lot of kids. I always tell my kids, whatever it is that you want, just put a plan and go after it.
Yeah.
Just do it. You know what I mean? A year ago, I put together this plan for a year ago. Like, I literally got my license for Motivated Connection on June the 8th is when I got the license for Motivated Connection.
And you said you was going to do it. I got a plan. I got to do this. And you stuck to it, and you did just that.
And let's just do it.
Yep.
Yeah.
You did just that. Well, Paige, you know what? I appreciate you stopping through and showing us love today on this interview. I totally appreciate you and all that you do. You're one of the stellar clients that we work with, that you're totally dedicated and committed and passionate about your work. And those are the type of people that we really, truly enjoy working with. So I thank you for stopping in today. And I thank you for closing us out with those words of encouragement, just the motivation that you've been sharing and you've poured onto this stream. And Paige, anything else that you'd like to say before we end this live?
No, be motivated, baby.
Yes. We're gonna do just
be motivated, baby.
And we're gonna do
just do it.
Yeah, we gotta be, especially.
Well, thank you, Tracy, for having me so much. Thank you for having me here on your platform.
You're awesome.
I appreciate you, and I appreciate everybody who's listening to me ramble on. I appreciate everybody. And I love all of you guys.
Guys, I thank you all for tuning in this week. Paige Hales, Realtor with Motivated Connection Realty. You can reach her at motivatedconnection.com. I'm also going to drop those links in the comments where you can actually get that information and go over and Facebook and to connect with her on her website to then set up a one-on-one with Paige if that's what you choose to do. So we're going to be tuning out next week, same time, same place. We have Darren Studstill with Cityside Suites, Smart Office and Business Cafe that will be paying us a visit. So we look forward to that interview there. So you guys be safe, stay positive, and have a very productive rest of this week. Okay, bye.